Let's see. Hello, everybody. Hi, ladies. You're welcome to this live class. Welcome to your softGirl era. So, while I wait for you to join, I'm just gonna, think with myself. I think some of us are here already. Okay, let's see who's here. Um, oh, geez. Okay, so when you do come online, drop a comment. Let me know where you are watching me from. Let me know. Let me know where you are, where you're watching me from. I just want to see you in the studio. I just want to be able to identify who's online. Yeah, because I can see that you're watching, but if you don't type in a comment for me to see who's watching, I will not be able to know. Okay, so welcome, ladies. Please let the others know that the class is live and we're starting off with our class already. Hi, my missies. Nice to see you. Thanks for tuning in. If you do drop a comment, I will see you and I will mention your name. Okay, so um, uh, this is supposed to be like a private class for leaders only, but I'm assuming that somewhere in the future we might, release this for like our other members to also watch and learn and all of that, which is why I, thought we can do this on YouTube actually. So, hi Fafa, it's good to see you. Please be dropping in more comments so that we can have an interactive conversation. Also, I have a question. Would you want to join the stream as in do you want to be a part of the video? Because I wanted to kind of, get your feedback and your thoughts, on some of the things and your expressions on some of the things that we're going to be talking about today. But let me know. Let me know. I can send you a link so you can join the video, but let me know. So today I want us to have like a quick um conversation, quick chat about, the subject, the soft girl era. And I know that it's been something that's been trending online for a while. I picked it up, from the trend online because I had seen people talk about it, like I'm ready to be in my soft girl era, blah, 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 blah. And so I want you to type in the comments when you hear soft girl era, what are you thinking? Like, what's on your mind, right? When you hear soft girl era, what is the thought that comes to your mind? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Like, I remember when I posted this, somebody somebody was like, "Yes, it's about time." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, it's about time for what exactly? What exactly are you thinking your soft girl era is about? What exactly are you thinking your soft girl era is about?" What are you expecting in your soft girl era? When you think about soft girl, what are you thinking about? What comes to mind? Hi, Lori. It's great to have you here. So, when you think about soft girl, um, what do you think about? Right? What do you think about when you think about soft girl? That's what I want us to have. That's the conversation I want us to have before we get into it. What is the soft? What is the soft life? You know, I think that in the past I have heard people talk about the soft life as in, not having to struggle to do anything, having other people do everything for them, and it's like a life where you like there's no stress, right? I like a stress-free life basically. So we're looking at a life where you don't have to stress about anything, you don't have to be worried about anything, you know. um okay, so my Macy says soft life, I mean, you've got your life together, finances, I can buy anything that I want. Great, great. I like that. Keep it coming. I like that. I like that idea of, you've got your life together. You can buy whatever it is that you want. He says go on trips. Nice, nice. Okay. Can we hear like other interpretations of the soft life? So I picked up a quote. So while I wait for the others to, just drop their thoughts on what a soft life is, I picked up a quote from Instagram about, the soft life, and I wanted to share with us before I go into what I want to talk about today about the soft life. Okay. So it says that I'm definitely in my soft girl era. I want all the love, peace, and happiness. I will not deal with anything or anyone that stresses me or brings negativity into my life. When I saw this post, I thought that was a very interesting point of view. The reason why I think that's an interesting point of view is because, you know, like I will not deal with anything or anyone that stresses me or brings negativity into my life. And I find that interesting because, you know, first things first, like why do we even think that soft life is about, dealing with things that are external, right? And a lot of the posts that I see, if you go to Instagram or TikTok and then you type, soft girl or soft life, you would see, like, I'm definitely in my soft girl era. I cannot be stressed about anything. I don't want to be bothered about anything. If you, whatever energy you give is whatever energy you're gonna get back, and you know, stuff like that, basically. So it's like you come to this phase in your life. You feel like you've dealt with so much. You know, literally you've dealt with so much, and you get to this point where you feel like I cannot be bothered about, other people. I'm just gonna focus on my life. I'm just gonna do what works for me, and then just, go with the flow, basically. I feel like that's what a lot of people think about when they think about, stuff like. But one thing that I have realized about, you know, the soft girl, when you talk about like the true soft girl, so the true soft girl is a very, I think we all know her. I think we all know her. She is she's chill. She's happy. She is, you know, um like she's not hard, like, of course, which brings the word soft into the equation. She's not hard, she's soft, she's chill. It's like she's got her life together. She is able to, her life is just admirable for a certain interesting reason, like something that we can't quite put a finger on, but her life is very interesting and admirable to us. It's like there's a lot of peace around her, there's a lot of calm around her, there's a lot of serenity around her. And it's like there's no struggle, there's no force, there's no war here, right? Like it's just like really calm and chill and just enjoyment. Like everything just seems to be in its rightful place. Let me know if you agree with me or not. So Fafa says that I think it has to do with having control over one's life and affairs and being at peace. And I think I like that. It is very, very close to my definition of what the soft life is. So I just wanted to so I see that there are 6 of us here online currently. So drop in the comments your definition of soft life or your soft girl era in one word. Drop in the comments your definition of, your soft girl era in one word. What is a one word that defines your soft girl era? Like, what is one word that you can use to define your soft girl era? And for me, my okay, before I say my one word, I'll let you all go ahead and then say your one word, and then we will get into the subject. Now, I want to talk about 3 main things today. So, I want to talk about um, practical ways that your soft girl era manifests. And then we want to talk about core mindsets that should define your idea of a soft life, right? So we're talking about practical ways that your soft life can manifest. So basically, we want to understand first of all what the soft life is before we get into the practical ways, and then after we get to understand the practical ways, we can look at the four mindsets that should define your idea of soft life. So Mamiesi says that for her, the one word that defines soft life is contentment. And I love that. I love that. It's a great word for soft life. Priscilla says that peace is my one word for the soft life. And I totally agree with that. And I like the way, we're all, rising. We're all feeling it, right? We're feeling it. Winifred says comfortable. I like that. And Laurentia says self growth. I like that. I like that. I like that. Improvement, self development. I like that. Okay. So my one word for, and there's no wrong answer really. There's no wrong answer. My one word for the soft girl era is healed. Okay. I want to go into why it is healed. Now, when we're growing up, we're all this beautiful little girl. How many of us just don't love little girls? Like, we love little girls because they're so adorable, they're cute, they're, vulnerable, they're sweet, they're pure, basically. Like, there's this purity and, softness about a little girl. Like, it's just like really pretty and it's nice. Like, any dress she wears, she looks pretty. She has her hair tied in like maybe two buns, one here, one there, and like she has this laughter about her. Like, think about, your, maybe you might not remember, think about like a 4-year old girl that or a 2-year old girl that that is just really like pretty and cute and chill. Like, I'm sure you've seen, videos of little girls and you're like, oh my gosh, she's so cute, she reminds me of myself. Or like, you just want to be in that, state of being a little girl that is still very pure and, not naive, but just pure. And yeah, with your ribbons, colorful. Like, that's the word I was looking for. Like, pure and colorful, right? You're not inhibiting anything. You're not, preventing the flow of life. You're just, enjoying your little life because, the only thing that exists in the world is you. Like, you're just having the time of your life, right? Now, the reason why I brought this up, and I know that this is like our first training session. The reason why I brought up this topic is because the Holy Spirit has been talking to me a lot about um being able to walk in the fullness of your calling as a leader requires you to be in your soft girl era. The reason why I'm saying this is because you need to come into that place of healing. A lot of us have gone through so many things. A lot of us are carrying so many burdens. A lot of us are carrying so many weights on our head. And before we go on, I just want to say a quick prayer. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for your presence in this space. We thank you that your spirit is brooding over us to usher us into our soft girl era. I pray for everybody on this call, everybody watching this video, that Lord, they will come into a place of healing. They will come into a place where they let go of their burdens, that we take up your yoke because your yoke is easy and your burden is light. And we are not stressed. We are not tired. We are not burdened with any of the cares of life, but we allow your spirit to flow through us and bear fruits in us. We thank you, O God, that you're doing a mighty thing and a new thing in our lives. In Jesus' name, amen. So whenever it says that they are adorable, and Judith also says that my one word for soft girl is peace. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk to us about this is because most of us have been through so many things. We've been through so many things in a way that we don't even realize that it's affecting us. Okay. So when you see that little girl, like, think about that 2, 3 year little girl. Um, she doesn't like when she has a question in her mind, she just goes all out to ask a question. She doesn't think about what would somebody think about me, what would this person think about me, what would that person think about. They just go all out and they ask their questions. They if they want something, they just go all out and they ask. If they are feeling a certain type of way, they're feeling emotions, they want to cry, they just cry, right? And I feel like we've been through so much that it brings us to this place where we we are um we're holding ourselves back. We are unable to say what's on our minds. We have questions, we're unable to ask them. We are worried about what people will think about us. We are concerned about how people feel about us, to the point where we are unable to live our lives authentically and in that peace and serenity, and not just that contentment, that beauty, that colorfulness is not about us, okay? Because we're thinking about so many things. Like, before you open your mouth, before you step out, you are literally trying to process what the whole world is going to feel or think or say about you before you do whatever it is that you want to do. And I feel like that's why this subject is important for us to talk about. You know, I'm putting a question out there. What are, three things? No, three things is too much. What is one thing that you're facing right now or you're feeling right now that makes you feel like you're not in your soft girl era? Now, four things basically that for me defines, the soft girl era for me, apart from healed. So when I break down the word healed, the four things that I come up with is, the first thing is flow. Now, flow is a state where literally everything is going the way it should go. So when you have, like, just like the meaning of the word flow, you have like a river that's going in one direction, and you have a log of wood that is going in the direction of the river. The log of wood is flowing with the currents of the river, right? Now, if you find somebody who's drowning, they usually would be trying to go against the grain or the flow of the river, because if you're going with the flow of the river, you're literally going to drown, right? And then just be swept away by it. But so you see that they'll be trying to, like, fight, to try to find their way, and most of the time they're trying to go against the grain, and that is a struggle. That is a fight. That is a war. So sometimes you realize in life that it's like you're doing so much, but you're not getting the results that you need, and it feels like your life is not flowing. Like, when I say your life is not flowing, I mean that, when you put in to, like, effort, like, maybe if you put in like an effort at the level of 2, you're expecting to get maybe feedback or, like, results at the level of maybe say 6, or let's say multiplied by 2, so 4. You're expecting to get that, but you put in 2 and then you're getting 1, you're getting 0, you're getting negative numbers, and it's not adding up. It's like, I'm doing so much and I'm not getting anything in return. I'm doing so much. Like, it could be in relationship, it could be in finances, it could be in academics, it could be just generally your life, right? It feels like your life is not flowing. Your life is not going the way it's supposed to go. And I can tell you for a fact that, like, there are several times in my life that I have felt that way, that it felt like my life wasn't going in the right direction. And you see, the fact that you are in flow does not mean that things are easy per se, but you just know that this is where your life is supposed to be going. I don't know if you follow with me. Let me know in the chat if you follow, and if you can relate, with what it is that I'm saying. So one of the words that I picked up was flow. You come into a place, if you're in your soft girl era, where things just go the way they're supposed to go. If you're in a place of, if you're in a time where you're being tested, or you're in a time where you're supposed to build character, you just know that this is the time. So it's hard, it's tough, but you know that this is the right time, and you know that this thing that I'm going through is going to birth something in a soon to come time, and you're not worried about it, you're not bothered about it, you're going through it with grace, right? Like, you're not worried that I'm in the wrong place. Like, So that's the first word that I thought about. That the second word that I thought about was peace. Peace. Peace, basically peace. Peace, right? Now, when I talk about peace, I mean a place in your life where there is a calmness around you. You're at peace with yourself. You are you are not you are not struggling. You are not fighting. You are not doubting yourself. You are not questioning yourself. You are not standing in your own way. You are not stressing about life. You are just at peace. Like you can breathe. When you breathe, the air goes all the way into your lungs and it feels it, and mm, you feel alive. You feel alive. You feel like I'm here. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm present. I'm here. Right? There is this peace about you. And there might be chaos all around you, but then it's just like your internal peace is so strong that you are hardly bothered about, the noise that's going on around you. Sometimes there can be so much noise around you, there can be so much chaos around you, but then you have an internal grounding, an internal, confidence, something that holds you together inside, that makes you not bothered about, what's going on around you. Like you can actually have disappointments in this season and you're not worried about it. You can have failures in the season and you're not bothered about it, because there is an assurance within yourself that makes you so much at peace, that you trust that the outcome of your life will be good, so you're not worried. You're not stressing. There is this, yes, there is this inner peace. There is this calmness and assurance and confidence that is just within you, that you know makes you take every step you take has some kind of assurance, and to it is like there's this confidence, there is this strength, to it. Yeah. And then the third word that I thought about when I thought to deconstruct, the word healed, is grace, right? The word grace. Like you are graceful and you live life gracefully. Like first of all, you understand that you have received grace, you give grace, and you accept life with grace. Okay. What I mean by that is, and I'm going to go into that like real shortly. What I mean by that is, when you realize that, the price has been paid for you, when you realize that, somebody took on the cost for you, when you realize that, somebody is speaking on your behalf, there is a way that you are you're slow to anger. You don't allow yourself to get irritated quickly, because you know that whatever it is about your life is already taken care of, right? you are you are like there's this princessy vibe around you. You see, sometimes people chance on things, on ideas and things, and they don't know where they're getting it from. There is this princess vibe around you. Like you wake up in the morning and you feel like, you know what you wear is taken care of, what you eat is taken care of, you know what you will do in the day, like good things are gonna come to me. Because that is why, somebody will make a post and say that, all the things I deserve are coming to me, only positivity is allowed in my life, and blah blah blah. It's because you have that princessy feeling vibe around you. You feel like things are taken care of for you. And so you're not stressing, you're not worried, you're not fighting, you're not agitated. You just every step you take has a spring in it. Like you have this mm, you have this princess vibe around you. Like you know that things are taken care of, basically. And so you don't stress, yeah, you're sorted, like everything is taken care of. And so there's a way you approach life. You are kinder towards people. The reason why you're kinder towards people is because you have no need. You see, let me tell you why people are mean and people are wicked. When people are mean, it's usually because they feel a deficit. They feel a deficit of kindness. They feel like they're not taken care of. They feel like they lack. There is a feeling of lack that is making them want to, because because they feel like if they are gracious to somebody, they are giving out what they don't have. Like there is a scarcity about them, which makes them unable to be gracious with other people. That is like be abundant towards other people. Do you know what it takes to smile to somebody? It takes this inner flow of energy to release a genuine smile. Now, when somebody is mean towards you, it means that they feel that they don't have enough on the inside to actually flow out towards others. And so that is what will make somebody, be mean, or they think that you're coming to take something away from them, or if they're kind to you, they will lose something. But when you know that you're sorted, when you know that everything is taken care of, when you know that you're provided for, when you know that you're taken care of, you feel free to give. You feel free to be kind. You feel free to be nice, because for you, it doesn't cost a thing, because you're taken care of. So that's the third word that I thought about. And then the fourth word that I thought about was softness. Now, when I talk about softness, I'm talking about this honesty that comes from inside out. Have you ever smelled baby powder before? Like, have you ever smelled baby powder? Like, you see how baby powder is just so soft, it's just so sweet. There's just this like floral, gentle smell about it. When you are in that your soft girl era, there is this softness that comes from within, without. It comes from inside out. The reason why that is so is because there is this there is this understanding that you have that, yes, I make mistakes. Other people make mistakes, but we're people, and it's not that serious. It's not that it's not that harsh. It's not that wild. It's fine. You don't take things too seriously in life. And when I say you don't take things too seriously, I don't mean that you're not a serious person. I mean that you don't take things too seriously. Like there's some people who can't just relax. Like you can't relax. And you can't relax because there's so much going on within you. There's so much trauma, there's so much fear, there is so much lack, there's so much, you know like it's a whole mindset problem. You feel like if you relax, things will go wrong. It's a control problem. You feel like if you're not in control, something will go wrong. And so you're unable to be soft, you're unable to be gentle, you're unable to just relax. But if you know that you're cared for, and because you're cared for, everything will be all right, then there is a softness about you because you're just able to relax. You're just able to calm down. You're just able to not take everything that happens around you so seriously, you know? And I feel like it makes all the difference in the world, especially within your soft girl era. So let's talk about um four core mindsets that should define your idea of a soft life. If you're following me so far, just let me know in the comments, in the chats that you're following. Let me know which part of everything that we've spoken about so far, resonates with you. You can just type it in the comments, and I will read it out. So I'm talking about four core mindsets that should define your idea of a soft life. The very first one, that for me, I feel like, you know, it gives birth to the rest. The very first one that gives birth to the rest is the fact that someone made me. It's my it's for me, it's the first thing. It's the first thing. Like, when a baby comes into the world, Listen, those little munchkins don't care about anything. Like, if they want to pee, they pee. If they want to poop, they poop. If they want to eat, they cry, and their needs are taken care of. Like, because they know that somebody is responsible for them. Somebody brought them into the world. I remember a couple of days. A friend of mine was, complaining about, not complaining, but like, expressing her worry about, something that was on her mind. And then I was like, you know what? God made you, and He knows that you're going to need this thing. And He understands that, you're at a point in your life where this thing is necessary, and He's going to make it happen, you know? So there's no need to be worried about it. Once you talk to Him about it in prayer, you should be fine, right? And she was like, you know what? You're right. Because, like, when you bring a child into the world, they don't have to do much. They really don't have to do much. All they have to do is just be calm and trust that the mother or the father will take care of everything, and things get taken care of. So my first core mindset that should define your idea of a soft life is the fact that someone made me. Depending on Him is my first security to living fully in my soft life. He is the potter, I am the clay, and my power is in understanding my source. My power is in understanding my source, that this is where I come from, and this is what it means to be made by Him. Having the confidence of a shepherd, that the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. You see, that scripture, like, I'm sure when we were in like primary school, we said it a lot, but it it does something to your heart when you say it with understanding. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Do you know what that means? It means that your confidence is in the fact that you have a shepherd. That you don't have to be in control. Your confidence is in the fact that you don't have to be in control. Sorry. Your confidence is in the fact that you don't have to, decide everything that's happening. You don't have to move the mountains. You don't have to find yourself green pastures, because He leads you beside green pastures. He leads you beside still waters. And everything that He does, it is for His name's sake. All right? The confidence that you have in having a shepherd, knowing that He is your authority and He is your guide, that is your first mindset. That is your somebody said, I get back, I know they walk alone. Yes, that is your first guarantee. That is, you see, let me just, break out a character a bit and explain something to you. One of the things that makes us not soft is because we think that we're in the world alone. It's because we think that we have to do this thing all by ourselves. We think that we are the only ones that this whole thing depends on, and that if we don't do something, if we are not in control, if we don't take charge, something will go wrong. But it's a deception. It's a deception of the enemy. You don't have to be like on top of everything, like on top of everything. No. One of the first ways that you can actually relax is knowing that you have a shepherd. Is one of the first, like, if you don't have this mindset, it will really affect the way you navigate through life. You will be unable to flow. You will not be able to enjoy flow, because you are fighting for your life on a daily basis. But you should not. You have a shepherd who cares for you, who knows where you're going, and is working to make sure that you get where you want to go. My husband said something to me just a couple of hours ago, that the one who has sent me will make everything happen. Whatever He has sent us to do, it's more important to Him than it is to us. And so He will make sure that everything goes through, so that we can do what it is that He has sent us to do. Listen, God cares about you so much. He thinks about you so much. He made you, and he didn't bring you out here to come and frustrate you. So if you can have that confidence, knowing that you have a shepherd that watches over you and leads you, and all you literally have to do is just listen to his voice, listen for his voice, follow his lead, and begin that journey of your soft girl era, because that's where it starts. Like, you can't, like, imagine, like, you can't be a soft girl if you're not taken care of, okay? And your shepherd is the one taking care of you. So if you can't, there's some people who just can't settle into the idea of, having a shepherd. And let me just digress for a second. Do you know what a husband is? Do you know who a husband is? A husband, or which is gotten from the word like husband man. A husband is somebody who takes care, grooms, watches over, literally like a shepherd. Okay. And so the idea of having a husband, of having somebody to groom you, somebody to care for you, somebody to take care of you. Like, when most of the times people think about, okay, soft life, like, I just need like some man, who would just work hard and give me his money to spend and everything. But then, sorry, that's not all there is to it. That's not all there is to it. Like, the idea of being taken care of is legit part of your soft girl era. But your shepherd, first of all, is the Lord. The Lord is your shepherd. And so if you have that mindset, you know that you are taken care of. Okay. And you don't have to worry and struggle and stress about anything. So when something is happening in your life and things, it's not going the way it has to go or the way you think it should go, what you do is you talk to him, your shepherd, and he aligns things for your favor, or he lets you understand why things are going the way they're going. So you don't have to stress yourself trying to understand or trying to, make things happen for yourself, because you know that somebody's actively working on that for you. Do you get it? Okay. The second thing that for me, I feel like the second core mindset that should define your idea of a soft life is this. And I want you to, adjust yourself well in your chair and absorb this. My background and past experiences have contributed to who I am today, both good and evil. Some I had no control over, others I did. Everything I have been through is what has made me who I am today. You need to understand the power of your experiences. It brings you into a certain state of peace and calm with your life. When you don't understand that the life that you have lived is what has made you the person that you are right now, you fight with it, you regret it, you stress over it, you worry about it, you fight with it. It makes you war within yourself. You criticize yourself, you fight yourself, you doubt yourself, and you're not at rest within yourself because you don't understand the power of your experiences. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If you don't understand the power of your past experiences, you rob yourself of the opportunity of curating your future experiences, knowing that they they lead to who you are, they lead to who you are becoming. If you fight with the experiences you've had in the past, you rob yourself of the power and the chance to actually curate new experiences that lead you into becoming the woman that you want to be. It is one of the things that I made peace with very early in my life. I decided, okay, fine. Everything that I've been through, everything that I have done is what has made me the woman I am today. Everything that I know that I teach is because of everything that I have been through. And it makes me who I am. And I'm happy with her. To the woman that I have been, I say, you've done a great job. Thanks, babe. I'm here right now. Now, the fact that I know that I have power in my experiences to curate myself or to create the woman that I want to be, it makes me more intentional going forward in creating new experiences for myself. Do you understand this? Like, if you've been through something and you're like, well, I wish I never done that, I wish that never happened to me, and then that happened to you, and it's making you every day like you made a mistake in the past, and then because of that mistake that you made in the past, if you have to take a decision today, you are questioning yourself, you are doubting yourself, you're wondering, okay, can I do it, would I be able to pull through, blah blah blah, and it's making you unable to move forward. What you're doing is you are not harnessing the power of the experiences that you've had before, because you being able to harness that power is being able to sit down with that experience and learning from that experience, seeing how that experience has impacted you negatively or positively, because we need to understand that there are experiences that we've had that have impacted us negatively, and we need to accept it. We need to accept it that, okay, this thing that I went through, or this thing that happened to me, or this thing that I did, you know is what brought me here, is what has made me the woman that I am today, negatively or positively. Some of us have bad attitudes, and it's fine, it's fine. Like, I know, okay, this is what I have been through, and this, it has contributed to me being this way right now. Great, perfect, great, girl, you did great. At least you're here right now with me. So now the question is, what do I need to do to become the next version of myself that I want to see? So that this time you're not sitting around and waiting for the experiences, of waiting for life to happen to you, but now you are intentionally, you know, curating the experiences that will make you the kind of woman that you want to be, right? And so you're not at war with your past self, you are not at war with the older version of you, you are at peace with her, you are at oneness with her, you appreciate her because she did what she did with the knowledge she had at the time, and here you are with new knowledge. Instead of you criticizing her and fighting with her and condemning her, take the knowledge that you have right now and create the future version of you, because the you that you used to be is the one that has brought you here now to get the knowledge that you have right now. So you should actually say thank you to her and then begin to repair her with the new knowledge that you're getting. Begin to, heal her with the new knowledge that you're getting. Minister to her with the new knowledge that you're getting. And that is where that softness comes from, so that you're not fighting with yourself. Because trust me, if you're fighting with yourself inside, if you're fighting with the woman that you used to be, if you're fighting with your past experiences, you would realize that, like, there's some people who've had, certain experiences in their past, and then they'll meet a different person who's had, contrary experiences, maybe better experiences, and instead of them, just appreciating this person and what they've done, and how far they've gone, or like the things that they've been able to achieve for themselves, they get agitated by the person, like they get irritated by the person. And it's not the person that's agitating you, you're fighting with yourself inside, you're struggling with the woman that you used to be, and because you're seeing a picture of what you wish for, or what you think that you should have been, it's beginning to rub off on you wrong. Like, it's beginning to irritate you, and it's getting that reaction out of you because you're not at peace with the woman that you used to be. And listen, everything that nobody hates themselves in the true sense of the word. Like, nobody gets up in the morning and just wants to do evil to themselves. We go through experiences and they change us, and they make us, you know they make us bend. Because think of that little girl. Let's go back to that little girl who's 2 years old, that 3-year old, 4-year old little girl in her colored, flowery pattern dress, with her two, with her hair tied in two buns, with the colored ribbons all over her hair. Do you think that that girl really, really wanted to make some of the bad decisions that you think that you have made in your life, and so you're fighting with yourself so much? Do you think that that little girl grew up wanting to, do things that were not the best for her or were not in her best interest? No. You go through experiences, you go through life experiences, and they affect you, they change you, they make you a certain type of way. So the moment you're able to make peace with that, then you're able to harness the power of those experiences. Say congratulations to that woman that has brought you where you are right now, and then begin to forge a new future for yourself. If you are unable to, you see, if you're criticizing yourself right now in 2024, and you are unable to change the narrative for yourself so that in 2025 you can congratulate yourself, then you the woman you are now and the woman that you were before, like the woman you are now cannot does not have a right to criticize the woman that you were before. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you're not even doing any better than that woman. Because right now you have more knowledge, you have more understanding, you have more wisdom to make better decisions, but you're not doing that. And so, what gives you the right to criticize the woman that you used to be? So, relax, let it go. You've had all those experiences, you've made all those bad decisions. It's fine, it's fine. Get over it. Now, what did those experiences teach you? What can you make out of those experiences? So the next core mindset, which is the third core mindset that should define your idea of a soft life, is my experiences make me uniquely me. They shape the unique perspective I bring to the table. However, I must be careful to harness the perspectives that serve me and evolve from the perspectives that do not. And this is the power of your unique perspective. Listen, I am Zoe Louise. None of you can be Zoe Louise more than me. The things I have seen with my eyes, I saw them alone. The things you have seen with your eyes, you have seen them alone. I cannot be Winifred more than Winifred. I cannot be Laurentia more than Laurentia. I cannot be Mamesi more than Mamesi, because we have had, like, sometimes I think about what my sister's life in UCC looked like. Like there are days where I would wonder, like, so what is she doing? Like, who are her friends? Like, how is she navigating, like the different challenges of life? Because I know that I had my own experiences and I had my own questions. I had my own inner doubts. I had my own inner fears, which moved me to take decisions that I made. And those decisions, how I thought about them, how I processed them, and how I came to the conclusion of the decision, I'm the only one who knows those things. I'm the only one who has seen those things. I'm the only one who has lived my life. And so when I enter the room, I bring Zoe Louise into the room. That experience, that wealth of experience called Zoe Louise, I am the only one who can bring it into the room. Now, somebody said something, the last Pure Connections hangout that we had here in Nashville, Tennessee, um, that there is enough space in the room for all of us to manifest, to just be ourselves. And it hit me so much because there was a time in my life where I felt like, if somebody is great, then I can't also be great. Like, you know, like you have to be the greatest, you have to be the biggest in the room to be great. No. I have come to understand, and this is something that ushered me into my soft girl era, that we don't have to all, like, we can all be great. We can all be powerful. We can all have a place. We can all, like, listen, it doesn't have to be you on the stage all the time. And the fact that somebody else is on the stage does not make it a problem. We can all be great. We can all be great because we all have unique experiences, unique perspectives that we bring to the table. And if you are able to see that for yourself, if you are able to see that I, Laurentia, have been through this, have been through that, have been through that. And this is how it has shaped my thinking. And so that makes me unique. And it gives me a certain unique perspective that when I enter a room and there is a subject matter, there is a conversation, I have a perspective that only I can think of because only I have seen the things that I have seen in the world, right? I am the only me that possibly exists. And so, you know, it gives you the permission to show up. It gives you, you see, the reason why, the reason why you're not confident, the reason why you're not showing up, and the reason why you're hiding behind, whatever, like the reason why I don't want to, the reason why I think somebody else is better than me, the reason why, don't fill it out for yourself. The reason why, you're not confidently showing up is because you're not appreciating the power of your unique perspective. And the reason why you fight with other people, the reason why you think that, oh, why is this girl trying to be all over the place? Who does she think she is because you're not respecting her unique perspective. You think that, her perspective doesn't count. And the reason why you think that is because you think that your own perspective does not count. And that's why you're, projecting it on other people. If you want to be more confident, if you want to, evolve into your soft girl era and just like, chill and be you and enter the room and just, speak your mind without wondering what anybody thinks about you or what, whether somebody's judging you or not. Just, you need to come to the place where you understand the fact that I am Laurentia all by myself. And I have been through this phase, that phase of life. And it gives me space in the world. It gives me room in the world. I can show up in the world and be me because I deserve to be here. If I woke up this morning, I deserve to be here. Okay. So that is my third core mindset, that I respect my unique perspective. That no matter how anybody else is, I have a unique contribution to make. Even if Lori is like, cute and small and really pretty and nice, and Winifred is taller and she is, fine, and she has this whole confidence about herself. And Aram is very interactive and sociable and is always, she does so great with people. I can also show up as Zoe, be my tall, pretty self, and sing my way away, like just be me. And it's fine. It's fine. Like I can be me and it's fine. Okay. The last core mindset that I have on, how to define your idea of a soft life is that I am a being. I love this so much because it makes a whole world of difference. I am a being. Saying that I am a being means that I can become anything that I put my mind to. There are some of us that are afraid of change because we don't think that we can become. Some of us are afraid of change. We're afraid of different circumstances. Like when we meet like like a new circumstance, we get irritated, we're scared, we don't know how to carry ourselves. It's because we don't think that we can become. One of the things I love about myself is the fact that I know that I can become. And when I say I can become, it means that, you know, God created me to be fruitful and multiply. So I have it in my DNA. I have it in my spirit. I have it in my mind. I have it in my body, the ability to become. It is my first purpose and it is my daily charge. Every day I ask myself, how can I be fruitful and multiply in all areas of my life? And this is the power of growth. So we spoke about the power of understanding your source, knowing that you have a shepherd. We spoke about the power of experiences and knowing that they shape you. And then we spoke about the power of your unique perspective, knowing that you have permission to show up because there's no one else like you. Now we're talking about the power of growth, that I can become anything that I put my mind to. That if I think that I can become, then I can become. And that if I begin to work myself into becoming, then I can become. Because if a tree is a being, a tree can grow and shed its leaves season by season, and it can, sprout new fruits season by season. I'm better than a tree. So I can also evolve. I can shed off past mindsets and behaviors that don't serve me. I can heal from traumas and fears of the past that limited me, and I can take up new ideas and mindsets that flourish me. I don't get stuck in one place because I am a being. I am a being. Being. I am a being. And because I know that I am a being, I have the power to grow. It means that I can become anything. And it allows me to breathe. It allows me to just exist and keep growing and to seek growth and to just keep evolving. That means that when you know some of these things that I'm talking about is so deep, and you have to sit down and think about it, because when you understand that you have the power of growth, it means that if you don't know how to do something right now, you can learn it. That is what it means. So there is no need to be ashamed that you can't do something right now. There is no need to be bothered that you are not where you should be right now, because you know that if I put myself to it and I start to learn it, I can become it. One of the things that changed my mindset about this thing is cooking. I remember when we started growing up, my sister is on this call, she can confirm. My house, they would laugh at me. They would like make fun of me that I can't cook, and if I go to my husband's house they'll bring me back. And listen, like, there were so many things that were said about me when it comes to cooking. And I used to be so scared of it because I was like, I don't know how to do this thing. And I remember household chores was also like a very big problem for me because, first of all, you do it and then it's like you didn't do it right. And then also it's stressful. Like, when you do, you get tired and everything. And I didn't like doing it. And then I remember one time I just told myself that hard work doesn't kill. And I started, like, I would do laundry. Like, and when I say laundry, I don't mean like the washing machine type of laundry. I mean like hand wash laundry for, like, I was living in a household, and I would do it for my mom, my dad, not my biological mom and my dad, the household that I was living with, the family that I was living with. So there was the mom, the dad, and then two kids, and I will do all of that, and I will still be fine. Like, I'll still be fine. I'm like, wow, man, like, and it made me realize that, what, like, you can become anything that you want to be. I started cooking. My cooking wasn't great in the beginning. At first, when I cook rice, I have to wait for the rice to burn before I can confirm that it's cooked. Because I didn't know what, like, if it's cooked, how does it taste like? How will I know that, like, it's actually cooked? Because I would think it's cooked and I'll dish it and realize it's not cooked. Like, yeah, that's how bad it was. But now I can cook rice, and I can cook all types of rice. And it makes me excited that, this is something that you can learn to do. There were times in my life where I was, scared of things. I had limiting beliefs. I remember there were times in my life where, when somebody calls me on the phone, I don't want to pick up because, like, I'm anxious. Like, what if they say something and I don't know the right thing to say? So I wouldn't pick a call. I would rather want to text. But today, regardless of who you are, I would, give you a call. I will receive your call. I will send you an email, and I don't even like. I'm not even bothered about what comes up, because whatever happens, we can talk through it, because we are beings. We can learn. If I was wrong, I can say, oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I didn't know that this and this and this and that. I will pick the lesson and then we move on. right? So there's nothing to be afraid about. If there's something you don't know how to do, you can always learn it. You can always learn it. You can always improve. You can always be better. If you can say to yourself that I am a being, that means that I have the power to become, I have the power to evolve, I have the power to change. Then if there's something about you that you don't like, if there's something about you that's, you feel like it's not serving you very well, then that means that, it's time to begin to pay attention to it and say, this thing that I've been doing, I don't think I like it much. Okay, so this and this and this is what I need to do to get out of this place. Do it and get out of there because you can, right? So for me, those are the four core mindsets that, define my idea of a soft life. Now, six practical ways that your soft girl manifests. So I know that when I said soft girl, like, we're talking about, maybe we're thinking about maybe what, like having money. Like when we started the call, Mamisi said having money, being able to afford everything, going on trips and everything. But here is what makes the difference. If you think about all the core mindsets that I've shared about having a soft life or being a soft girl, you'd realize that it influences the inner life. Because when we're talking about, your soft girl era, we are talking about living from inside out. We're not talking about outside in, because you could be flourishing on the outside and your inside has turmoil, your inside has chaos, your inside has storms. But we want to make sure that the place that we are, the soft girl era says that I am confident from within, I am flourishing from within, I am peaceful from within, I am serene from within, I am assured from within, and it is what is showing on the outside as softness. Because if you don't have all that going on inside of you, then you won't be able to like actually confidently live the soft life. So those are the four core mindset that I have. The first one was understanding the power of source, the power of understanding source, sorry. The second one was understanding the power of experiences. The third one was appreciating the power of your unique perspective, that you have a right to show up in this world as you. And the fourth one is the fact that you are a being, the power of growth, that you can become anything that you want. So I'm going to move on to six practical ways that your soft girl manifests. The first one is vulnerability. It is a one word that screams soft girl. Okay. Now vulnerability is you not being afraid to show up physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Most of the times when we talk about vulnerability, we're talking about, emotionally, because like it's one of the first ways that people are afraid to be vulnerable, because like those feelings and those emotions are tough. But the thing that stops us from being vulnerable is fear. The thing that stops us from being vulnerable is fear. But the reason why you are afraid is because you don't understand that you have a shepherd. You don't understand that your experiences have shaped you into the woman that you are, and rightly so. And you don't understand that the experiences that have shaped you have given you the perspective that you have, and those perspectives are unique to you, and it gives you a right to show up just as you. And you don't also understand that you have the power to evolve, for which reason, even if it is a negative experience and it's a negative perspective, it can be changed. That's the reason why you're afraid, because you don't understand these four core principles of being a soft girl. And so once you have that in mind, that I am taken care of, I have a shepherd, he leads me, everything that I am now is because of everything that I've been through. Okay, so that means that I can begin to intentionally change the experiences that I go through to change the woman that I am becoming. And that my unique experiences have shaped my unique perspective. It means that I see the world in a unique way. It can be positive or negative. I have the right to show up with both, to bring the positives to bear and to evolve and change the negatives. I have the power of growth. I can become anything. And so if there's something that's not serving me, I can throw it away and pick up new things that serve me better. Right. The second thing that define your soft girl, or the way your soft girl manifests, is gracefulness. Gracefulness, like I defined before, is a calmness about you because you are living from assurance. When you're living from a place of assurance, you're not, stressed. You are graceful, you're kind, you are overflowing in the idea of abundance. You know that you are sorted. I think that that for me is like is my new word for graceful, that I'm sorted, right? I'm sorted, so I'm not really bothered about much. Like, I take it easy, right? And that's gracefulness. Gracefulness is knowing that you are like there's a calmness about you because you're living from a place of assurance, because you have a shepherd, because you don't condemn yourself. You accept yourself because you have those unique experiences, and you're using them either to change your world, or you are evolving from the old ones and picking up new ones, right? And the third one for me is courage. Courage. I love that word courage because it is very, very important. Now, I will derive my concept of courage from the idea of growth. Now, courage means knowing that you have what it takes to create the life that you deserve. And for me, that is all, like, that is the top tier soft girl life. That you have what it takes to create the life that you deserve. And that was what my missy was talking about, that, having the finances to book trips and to, go shopping, go on tour, do whatever it is that you want to do. You know, it's called courage. Courage that I have what it takes to create the life I deserve. And having what it takes to create the life you deserve is not just money. It is knowing that you have the wisdom to curate relationships that open doors for you. It is knowing that you have the competence to perform on a job that puts money in your bank account. It is knowing that you have the knowledge to hold a conversation in a room that elevates your value in the eyes of the people in the room with you. Those are the things I think about when I think about having a being in your soft girl era. Knowing that, when you make a mistake, you are able to own up to the mistake. Read books, watch videos, listen to counsel, listen to advice, do exercises, do practices that can help you correct that mistake. So that when you make a mistake in your life, you don't want to commit suicide, because why the heck do you want to commit suicide? You are committing suicide, or you're wanting to commit suicide because you think that it cannot be changed. But then when you have the core mindset that I have the ability to grow and evolve, it gives you the courage to now seek out what is it that I can do to change where I am to create the life that I think that I deserve. So for me, that's why I was saying that courage is something that I would say is, rooted out of a growth mindset. Because if you have a growth mindset, then you're open, your heart is open to, solutions. And solutions, being a solution minded person, is courage, is knowing that you have what it takes to create the life that you deserve. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about. So I said 6 practical ways that your soft girl manifests. The first one is vulnerability. The second one is gracefulness. The third one is courage. The fourth one is respect. Now, let me talk about respect. We spoke about the fact that your unique experiences have shaped the woman that you are right now. And the woman that you are right now has a unique perspective because of everything that she's been through. And so it gives you a right to show up as who you are, and to show up with the unique perspective that you have, to contribute to, whatever it is that needs contribution in a society, right? Now, if you can appreciate that about yourself, it is called self respect. It is because it means that you don't discount where you've come from. You appreciate where you've come from. I appreciate that I have come from a background of hardness. I appreciate that I come from a background of hardship. And it has taught me these lessons of how to appreciate things when I have them, of how to use my resources when I have them, or It has taught me to be kind to people because you don't know where they're coming from. When you appreciate the background, the backdrop of your life, it is called self-respect, in a way that makes you give yourself permission to show up in the world. It is called self-respect. Now, when you are able to see that in others, appreciate the fact that they're also coming from somewhere. They've been through something, and it is making them, act or show up the way they're showing up in the world. It is also called respect for other people, right? And so you cannot, and you see, if you meet somebody who is disrespectful, it doesn't mean, they are rude and they insult people. It's just because somebody who is disrespectful is somebody who cannot appreciate the value of other, or the value of other people, in a room, or cannot understand, or cannot see past just the outside, but understand that this person has history, this person has experiences, this person has, things that they've been through that have shaped their perspective. It's called a lack of respect. You can't see it. You can't see past this right here. And so you disregard, or you treat them as though, nothing else matters. But if you're somebody who, if you are in your soft girl era, then you have that appreciation, and so you're able to walk in respect for yourself and respect for others. The fifth one is confidence or no competitiveness. And I think that we have spoken about that in relation to having the understanding that you have a unique perspective because of your unique experiences. Now, having confidence is knowing that there is room enough for you in this world, and you stepping fully into it without apology. There is room for me, Zoe, in this world, and I step into it fully without apology. I don't have to apologize for who I am. This is where I'm coming from. This is what I've been through. This is what has made me who I am right now. And this is the journey that I'm on, right? So I appreciate myself, the gifts I have, the talents I have, everything that I am that makes me me. I allow myself, I give myself permission to show up. And that is confidence. Confidence is literally like saying that I have space in this world, and it's okay for me to show up, right? And not apologizing for who you are. Like I said, when you understand that the woman that you have been did the best she could do with what she knew, you don't apologize for the woman that you are right now, because you've come from somewhere, right? Okay. The sixth one, which is the last one, is forgiveness. And this ties into, confidence in a way, because you understand that the woman that you used to be made mistakes. People around you make mistakes, and so you don't take life so seriously that, when you make a mistake you can't forgive yourself, and when somebody else makes a mistake you can't forgive them. Because if you cannot forgive, then you cannot learn, and you cannot grow, and then you become static. And then now you can actually go ahead and start feeling bad for who you are and for who you've been, because you can't evolve. But if you understand that forgiveness is a principle that comes with a soft girl, that, yeah, sometimes people don't know any better, sometimes you don't know any better, really, really, sometimes we really don't know any better, and it's okay. It's okay, because we're on a journey, we're growing, we're moving. It's not like we're gonna be the same where we are, like, for the next 20 years. No, we're gonna change, we're gonna develop, we're gonna be better. So if you I think that there's a quote that I heard, I think it's from Oprah, maybe. It says that, do your do your best, or so it says, do your best with what you know, and when you know better, do better, or something like that. So yeah, you did your best with what you knew. Now that you know better, you can do better. So then it's okay if you forgive yourself for mistakes that you made. Because if you hold yourself captive for mistakes that you've made in the past, then you cannot, enjoy your self girl era, because you will be at war with yourself and you will not have that inner peace and the softness and the gentleness and the calmness and the serenity that comes with being a self girl. So, yeah, those are the 6 things, 6 practical ways that um, your soft girl manifest. So basically this is the end of my presentation, and if you have any questions in this regard, let me know. But one of the reasons why I felt that it was such a powerful thing to share was because i I kind of, I've spoken to most of us. Okay, I've had conversations with a lot of young women, and what I realize is that we get into this place in our lives where we get stuck. And the reason why we're stuck and we're fighting is because we cannot seem to make peace with who we've been and begin to accept who we are and begin to intentionally create, our new reality, or the woman that we want to be. And so we struggle with ourselves. We're going through so much. It's like so much is happening around you that you feel like, why is my life not going the way I want it to go? Why you sometimes you feel like nothing is working out for you. And it's not because nothing is working out for you. Sometimes it's because you have to let go of some things. Sometimes you have to relax in life. Okay. Like, who said you have to be married at 30? Who said you need to have a car by 35 or by 25? Like, those things. It's like we hold ourselves to all these kinds of standards, and it's because we're not appreciating who we are individually, personally. Like, you're not allowing yourself to flow. You're not attached to anything. You're not being held back by anything. You're just flowing with the current of life. So that's my idea of the soft life. Let me know if this, resonated with you, if you found it helpful in any way. Drop something in the comments, let me know. And we will be back maybe in 2 weeks time with a different conversation. But yeah, basically this is my presentation on the soft girl life. So thanks for sticking and staying. And I know you guys, you will probably not send your comments here in this YouTube live that we're doing. You're gonna wait and send me questions in WhatsApp. Please drop a 222 in the comments. Let me know that you're following. Let me know that it's been worth it. If it's been worth it, just type it in the comments. Oh my God, it's been such a worth it session. If you learned anything in particular, please drop it in the chats and let me know. And then we will be out of here. Oh, great. We did this under an hour and 30 minutes. Okay, great. Love this, love this, love this. Okay. Alrighty, if there isn't anything, I am excited to bring this class to a close. And if you're watching this video after this live is done, drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's hear from you and enjoy the rest of your evening. Love you.